With Hasanabi, aka Hasan Piker for NBC News, and I want to tell you how it all came together. I reached out to Hasan to see if he wanted to be a part of 24 on 24, which is Stay Tuned's election series, and he agreed. So I flew out to LA and met him at his personal gym to kind of get this day in the life feel of the series. We also went to a dog park. He showed us around his house, and of course we got to play with his dog and all of her doggo friends. We also did about an hour sit-down interview here, and we stayed through the entire 8 hours of streaming that Hasan did this day. Of course, he shared his unfiltered hot takes, and then after that, I got some dinner with one of my producers, Tony. Film stayed tuned for Snapchat. There's Russell, another producer, and we got to walk around Universal Studios the next day, just because that's behind our LA office, and then I headed home. So if you want to see Hasan's hot takes on Trump, Vance, Elon Musk, Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, definitely check out this full video up right now on Stay.
There it is. Here it is. Here's the
video. A lot of young people, maybe first-time voters, were completely activated in a major way during Black Lives Matter. They were out in the streets. They were protesting.
No justice, no peace.
They did the activism. They did the voting. They voted for Joe Biden. Joe Biden won. And then what happened? Nothing. Nothing changed in a significant way. It probably discourages a lot of people.
I can't believe I'm gonna show you guys this. It's gonna be on NBC. It's one of the most insane things I've ever received.
They're eating the pets of the people.
Hasan Piker is not your typical political commentator.
Hasan is the biggest political commentator on Twitch.
If the goal for tonight was to simply demonstrate for the Harris campaign, was to simply demonstrate competency and remind people how narcissistic and incompetent Trump is. She put up LeBron numbers.
Part of the Hasan Piker allure is, number one, he's very attractive.
Yeah, I am being patronizing. I don't know who the you are.
Hasanabi, he kind of pioneered the space for the style of political coverage he does.
Hasan's channel, Hasanabi, was the third most streamed channel globally on Twitch as of August 2024, drawing in over 114 million views and 2.7 million subscribers. So we went to spend a few days with Hasan, seeing what his life is really like before, during, and after the streams.
Hasan, great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having us out here.
Yeah. I usually wake up around 6 a.m., immediately tap in, figure out what's going on in the world, listen to my podcast. But once I get in here, it clears up a little bit. I use this as an opportunity to just touch grass. And then I just start streaming at 11 a.m. Pacific, usually almost every single day, 7 days a week, for 7-8 hours of that day, every single day.
Millions of people watch streamers watching the news on Twitch instead of traditional TV, and about 3/4 of users are under the age of 35.
He makes it more like simplistic to where like the everyday person or someone like that's younger can understand.
What's going on?
This is the spot.
The house is entirely covered in fan art. My background on my stream room is also all stuff that people have sent in the P.O. box. I think it's very busy. And people are very annoyed with it. It looks, from afar, it looks like I'm a Funko Pop collector, which I hate. There's not a lot of stuff back here that makes me laugh, but there's a lot of stuff that's like very sentimental.
Twitch's audience is largely young men, a demographic that nationally is trending more conservative.
What's going on?
As streamers like Aiden Ross, who interviewed Donald Trump in August on Kick, appeal to this group.
And do you know what the hits are yet? Do you know?
Hasan is a prominent voice on the left, and even streamed from this year's Democratic National Convention.
The way that people depict the left online in these spaces was cartoonish, hysterical, woke scold, like social justice warrior. And I felt like there was no one really representing just like a normal dude who just doesn't want to be an asshole to like random marginalized people, you know what I mean?
Okay.
How would you describe this election year so far?
I think the Kamala Harris swap out was huge. It really, really reinvigorated people's attention and interest in politics. Like the Democratic Party responded to public pressure, which is something that they normally don't do. It made people get interested in politics again. Go play.
I really like Walz. I think he's a unique, old school type of politician that you only see in like movies and stuff that like actually cares about people. I hope that the Harris-Walz ticket continues being responsive to public pressure on key issues and does not do the classic Democratic Party move and shy away from being called a radical.
By the way, this was, of course, right after the Tim Walz swap out. This was right. But listen to what I'm saying. And I don't know if they kept all of it, but I am like talking about the future. I'm telling you exactly what I think. I'm telling you that like the Tim Walz pick was solid. I really like Tim Walz. Having said that, however, this was before the DNC. This is before the DNC.
Because that's one thing that really frustrates me about Democrats.
I love how they're not actually playing the video because they're afraid people think Kamala and Tim are actually kind of normal. I know.
Where do you see your role fitting into that? Are you trying to engage the young viewers watching your stream? Are you trying to encourage them to vote?
I think voting is the least important, most consequential thing you can do. It's not the end all be all. I always stress people to vote, of course. But that's not like all these like get out to vote initiatives. They're silly. It's just, if you want to make people vote, you gotta offer them something, either party.
Listen, I'm a simple guy, okay? And I'm not a very
Before Twitch, Hasan worked at the Young Turks Network, which was started by his uncle. He joined Twitch in 2018.
I like to educate people and I like to entertain people, but entertaining is my first priority, I would say.
He apparently is a socialist Twitch streamer. For a socialist, you seem to be spending large, my friend.
Explain to me the profit model with Twitch, because a lot of your critics have a lot to say about, you know, the status and wealth that you have.
If I wanted any kind of sustainability, especially because I talk about issues that are not exactly advertiser friendly.
What are you, crazy?
I knew that I had to be a subscription-based model. The revenue structure on Twitch is they take a 25% cut of all the subscriptions. You know, those numbers go up, they go down. They've been fairly consistently at 50,000.
By our calculations, that's at least $200,000 a month and over $2 million a year.
This is the home that got me canceled for buying for myself and my family.
Why do you think that is?
I try to use the house or all these like different controversies as a teachable moment. This is not a poverty cult at all. I pay my taxes. I advocate to pay higher taxes. I want every single person to be able to have a home that they own, that they can live in with their family. I'm gonna get started,
yeah.
if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm Hasan Piker. This is the Hasanabi broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles. There is a literal camera crew in here in this room right now with me. I love Ilhan Omar, as you guys know. She's my uncompromising queen. You're right on the money, Megaphonics, especially amongst the Republicans who wanted to use it as a weapon. At the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute break. Felix is going to be here soon, I think. He just texted me. Before the Trump interview, I was like, bro, Aiden, like, I don't think you understand. You think like Twitter is bad? Like, you think cancel culture is bad? Like, mainstream media is going to be up your ass. That'll be all for today, folks. All right. We're out.
Okay, so 8 hours later, how are you feeling?
A little tired. This is what I like to call the dead zone. Like immediately after I'm done streaming, I just kind of feel lifeless almost. It's like trying to communicate with an arena full of people. You know, 40,000 people at once, they're trying to get my attention. And I'm trying to like, you know, read as much of that as possible. And I think it just breaks my brain a little bit.
You said the media does a terrible job at showcasing the truth. Can you tell me more about that?
I would not be able to operate without mainstream media. The if it bleeds, it leads mentality that a lot of like local news and a lot of, you know, mainstream media has. This causes them to lean in on a lot of panics, a lot of hysterias, oftentimes created by right-wingers deliberately to motivate people to vote a certain way or to feel a certain way.
That's such a disingenuous way to interpret polls.
What would happen if Twitch just went away?
If Twitch just went away, if Twitch just disappeared, I'd probably still do content of some other sort. But if content creation completely disappeared and went away, I'd probably go back to college, become a professor. I'd probably pivot to the mainstream media finally. I would never do it otherwise though, because I love my editorial control and independence.
Just first word or first few words that come to mind. JD Vance.
I immediately want to say couch.
Trump.
Lost his aura.
Elon Musk.
Oh, gross. Deadbeat dad, thin-skinned billionaire, but also one of the greatest socialist advocates of our time, showing the world that meritocracy is a complete falsehood.
Can't wait for all the brain dead React gay people for your own content. Yeah. There you go. That is it. Dude, I talked about this after the interview, but like she could not believe it. After the 8 hours, she was like, I'm tired just by watching you. Like, I don't understand how you do this every day.
$1 million a year.
Like right now, like, right here. I mean, you can
A little
see.
tired?
I've actually never seen myself right after a stream. This was right after a stream. I've actually never seen myself right after a stream. Like, God damn, dude, I'm dead. I'm freaking dead, dog. You look cooked. I am cooked. Kind of proves you love this. If you didn't, this shot would have killed you by now. Oh, 100%. Why they put Miskif on as a critic? I don't know. So funny though. NBC knew what they were doing here.
Podcast.
Oh, with the thirst trapping.
Figure out what's going on in the.
You look like you aged 10 years after the stream. What the? I'm also on CNN. I have my CNN debut as well. No gaming mention. That's crazy that you said that because post DNC, I've been on a gaming tear. She stayed the whole time. She stayed pretty much the entire time. They left for like a couple hours in between, but came back. What is this? Do you have any problems with these pieces making you look like a liberal who has no issues with Kamala Harris? No. I don't. I love it, actually. Your community is brutal. Old man. Okay, dude, chill. Unk alert. My CNN and MSNBC lib mom was texting me last night asking me who you and Hinkle were. I felt so cooked. Good. Okay, good. That's good. I want the MSNBC and CNN wine moms to, like, you know, be excited and wonder who I am. You know what I mean? Never watched this Hasan guy's content before, but this was really funny. I'll have to check out his YouTube channel or something. Good. What do you think of associating the Dems with leftists? That seems kind of dangerous in my opinion. Yeah, dude, you're right. We should actually gatekeep me and show me as like a purely hostile and utterly repulsive individual. I think that will certainly get a lot of people that normally are liberal and that I could probably convince to understand my position to genuinely look at me in a positive light. Come on, man. Come on. Okay, come on. If I change my commentary on the whims, if I change my commentary due to who is in my audience, that's one thing. But if I don't do that at all, but maybe use like lighter terms when discussing what I believe with a broader audience, that's ultimately a good thing. And it's a thing that you probably should do as well, you know, especially because like I'm not embarrassed about my worldview. I'm not embarrassed about my worldview at all. I very prominently display it. Having said that, however, for many people being like really aggressive when you are trying to make an argument, it takes away from the power that you have in convincing them. Yeah, you have to meet people where they're at. You have to make your discussions more palatable. Don't be ridiculous.